Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to our channel. You are Unconditional Love. And in today's video, we're gonna start to talk about the life after union with your divine counterpart. This is really such a beautiful topic because most of the people think that when you get in union with your divine counterpart, everything gonna be in peace and love, and that's it, and you finished, and life gonna be easy. But we felt called to share this, and we went through a lot of challenges together, which brought us here now to share with you how is the life after union, to tell you the truth about it, and to give you more information what is happening between each other and how the life after union and what is happening really that bring us both together, because we went through a lot of challenges, we went through a lot of triggers, a little bit separation energetically, and we came back. So it was not that easy because we still so deep mirroring each other, even the light and the shadow in this kind of relationship, which I love to call it even not a twin flame, I love to call it the new template of the new earth relationship, which is wherever you are not aligned with God, this relationship gonna reflect you back, gonna reflect your shadow, gonna reflect your light, and always gonna put you in alignment. So we went through a lot of its challenges, and I can say even the lessons that I embody in separation. When I was separation, I living by myself. I was living by myself, and I had certain lessons I need to embody, and these lessons repeated again in a relationship. So I had to go through the lessons in separately by myself, and then I had to learn how to embody the lessons as well in the relationship.
Yeah. And this is the beautiful thing because, when you are on some personal development journey, it is very easy when you are single to learn how to get into the divine union with yourself, how to listen to the God's navigation. And once you go through certain stages of the healing, and especially the getting to know yourself, I thought I'm fully aligned. I thought I exactly know what is my mission. I thought I'm really aligned and anchored and clearly listening to God's navigation, and that no one in my life can distract me. I said I will never repeat the people-pleasing mistakes in my next relationship because I have anchored myself so deeply in the divine. But then Ahmed came, and of course the changes came with that. And it was very interesting because at the beginning it was like, light and love and the roses. It took us a couple of weeks. And all of a sudden, challenges started to come up through different third-party energy. And also there was one event that I decided to do out of alignment already before we got together. And that one was the one that really brought me out of my center, which reflected in our relationship and also in Ahmed's work, and also honestly in our financial situation. Because for me on this journey, whenever I'm misaligned, the issues show up on the level of the health or on the level of the finances, one or the other one. Whenever I get fully into the alignment with myself, I rest enough, I listen to the God's navigation, I create the programs that I'm supposed to create, the money flows in. The moment I get out of alignment, clients stop. And this is something that actually happened on our side as well. And I'm really happy to share this honestly with you so that you understand how any type of the steps that you do out of the divine within yourself reflects in the relationship, can reflect in your health, can reflect in your finances.
Yeah, and this is what I like to share as well. Like when we first came to union together, everything was beautiful. Like let's say roses honeymoon phase, and then the real challenges start to show up. The real lessons, all the lessons that I needed to embody within myself while I was alone, while I was in this separation and trying to find myself and anchor in my truth, start to show in relationship. And the message came to me, now you are learning how to embody this in relationship without losing yourself, because most of the people lose themselves when they come to the relationship, lose their own guidance, lose their own navigation, and they start focusing more on their partner, they start focusing more on them and giving them all what they have, which causes the separation between them and the divine, which causes what we call the third party energy. The third party energy is not always another relationship. It can reflect as another like collaboration, another friendship, work in the 3D. Something is not aligned with God that can always show, that can always trigger you that you are not aligned with the divine. in this relationship. This is what happened to me. I had a full period of time. I stopped working, I stopped doing my job, I stopped like helping people, and my channel started to get blocked because I started to focus my output. Like my channel started to not be fully with God, and I started to focus myself outside of my purpose, my mission, and be fully just in the relationship, focusing more on her. And this is where I start to lose my navigation and losing myself. The same happened with her. She did the same with me. And then we start to come back to balance. This was challenging in this period. And we had a lot of people around us that was literally challenging us to the max. Wherever, wherever just any energy that is not aligned between me and God, a person always come and come to her and challenging me, always just like reflect. She always reflect me back, and whenever I just come back and be anchored in my frequency, anchor in my purpose, this relationship or this person disappear. So it always showing me that whenever you are aligned with God, becoming one with God, and you becoming one with God, both, this is how the divine union gonna happen. Because this relationship is really based on divine union. You and God, you and God together as one, moving together as one in our mission, in our purpose, and in our common purpose.
Yeah, and I think I hope you agree. We can a little bit share about how we went out of the alignment when it comes to work and our business.
Yes.
So basically, we have kind of like 3 areas of our, let's call it business or the self purpose that we have. In my case, my main area used to be until now the helping Slovakian or guiding Slovakian and Czech Republic light workers towards their mission. So it's basically working in the field of spiritual development in our little countries. Ahmed, he was working in English language with the twin flame concept. And then together we are having this divine union mission. But with this divine union mission, we both went out of alignment because Ahmed wanted to focus on certain projects more. And because there was certain energy from his side coming from a wound, the energy was not allowing me to step into that, even if I knew it's our mission. But I had to play a role to him that was slowing the process down. And on the other side as well, I wanted within our common mission, which is the Divine Union mission, I wanted to work on the other project, but he was not fully present with that one because the energy was not allowing him, because it was not the timing, and I was not creating it from a correct energy. So we really needed to, as the relationship consists of a sovereign person and their union, then also our work and our business consists of my sovereign business, his sovereign business, and then the intersection, which is the Divine Union project, from which comes later on the educational platform, the retreats, the retreat in Egypt, the retreats in Bali, and so on and so on. So we are kind of having like these 3 elements or substances, and whenever I am misaligned in some of my decisions, it's always gonna affect everything. So for example, if I'm forcing him to do something because of some of my wounds, and he's gonna be anchored in himself, his business is gonna be running well. But if he's gonna step into people pleasing, when I make some decision from my wound, we both are gonna suffer by that, and we both are gonna have the consequences within our business, within our clients, within our health or money. So this is what has been happening, and we really needed to learn, as it goes in life, so in business, how to navigate between my sovereign energy, his sovereign energy, and our energy, and the compromises, but the healthy compromises that are coming from alignment, or I don't know whether the compromise is the right word, but the alignment of 2 souls within their mission and within their relationship. So this has been a very interesting journey for us to see how to catch ourselves, whether one or the other one has the wounds, and communicate it and navigate the situation as much as possible so that we don't create from misalignment.
Exactly, and I always love to say this: your soul-led business, your soul expression, and align with God. Her soul expression and her soul-led business and align with God, and this is how always God bring us together. Wherever we put the focus out of our individual mission, energy always interfere and it put us in separation. Even if you are not, if you are now in separation with your counterpart, or wherever you are now alone in your journey, in order for you to come back to divine union, and this is what I'm teaching, and align with your divine counterpart, you need to fully focus on yourself and align with God, because this is how you're going to attract. You are not chasing your divine counterpart, you are attracting. So for example, our common work is always come when we are focused on our separate work and live our divine purpose, live our mission, and always the divine bring us together. We have the same navigation, we have the same guidance. Oh, we had this, let's do this video for people because people need now. Let's do this session together for people. Let's do this retreat. And now we are offering even 2 retreats, one in Bali and one in Egypt. But it came from a place of alignment when we both were in alignment with ourselves first, in alignment with our energy, our God navigation. And this is how always the energy calling us together to work. And this is how we live our life in alignment and in union.
And I think it would be great to be also a little bit more specific so that people can, from our mistakes, learn on them. So, for example, we had situations when I would come home and I would be like, I'm gonna create this program with this friend of mine, or I'm gonna create this retreat with this friend of mine. And Ahmed is like, oh my gosh, where am I in misalignment? I was like, it's my clear navigation, so darling, it's supposed to be like that. And he already knows that I am being navigated by the divine to play a role. It doesn't mean that I cannot, don't take me wrongly, it doesn't mean I cannot create a program with someone else. But in this situation, mostly I played a role that someone else, the third party energy, let's say some of my friends, wanted to create a program with me or wanted to create a retreat with me or whatever it was. And I brought this energy into our relationship as an external reflection of him or myself or someone being misaligned. So, for example, when Ahmed is supposed to focus on creating some videos for his twin flame Instagram and for the journey, but he is, let's say, distracted and who is doing something else instead, that means that he's not in alignment with the God. That means there is a third party energy, certain distraction, whatever that is. And that distraction is being reflected by the person that I drag into the field by saying, oh, I'm gonna create a retreat with this person. So whenever I came and he started to be really upset at some point, when I started to really bring the people into the relationship towards my work. And as I'm mentioning, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be creating the events with the other people. It just needs to be from full alignment and not from playing a role to Ahmed that he got misaligned in something. And that worked also the other way around, like whenever I was, for example, too much focusing on the house, he was too much focusing on the business. And we started to have certain misunderstandings because I wanted him to wash the dishes like more, and the typical things to plant and to flower the plants. And we have been creating and arranging this house based on the feng shui, and I'm perfectionist and he's a normal human being, and we are having certain standards that are pretty good matching, but to my detail-oriented personality, it was still not enough. And of course, to his business-oriented personality, my contribution to our common business was not enough. So we realized that I'm too much focusing on the house and we don't have aligned things in the house properly yet when I'm taking too much and he too little. And in our common business, he's taking too much and I'm taking way too little because I'm being misaligned in the house and him in the business, or we both are being misaligned in both. So we needed to start to find the ground and the intersection in the household and also in the business so that we have the time, energy, and can really create from alignment in both areas.
Exactly. And I love to say that it's always coming back to balance. And whatever, it's always reflection. What I love, even when I'm teaching in Twin Flame or in relationship in general, it's always the biggest evolution of the soul because you are always living with someone who mirror you 24 hours. So whatever you are misaligned, you're gonna be forced to evolve, or you're gonna feel the pain. You need just to change something, and always you need to reflect back toward yourself, and always need to come back to love. For me, I'm teaching always about love. I'm gonna come back to love. Where is I misaligned? Where is the energy that's coming from certain low frequency that create the situation? And we always deal with it. We stayed until now. We had a quite challenging the last couple of months in order for us I'm not saying to be in union, no, to be in actually divine union with God and fully anchor in ourselves. And when we had this, immediately we become one and everything start to align, everything start to flow. So always when you are in a relationship, it's always going to reflect you back what you need to heal and actually reflect back, like I said before, the shadow and the light.
Mm-hmm. And I think that would be maybe enough for this video.
Yeah.
But we feel we would like to share with you a little bit more. So there is going to be also part 2. So you can find it on our YouTube. But for now, for those of you who still might not know, except these videos, we are also having our common Instagram. And we are creating different types of the events as well as retreats. So we are having a retreat this year in Egypt. The
Yes.
remembrance, really remembering your ancient wisdom. And then we are also doing 2-on-1, like personalized retreats in Bali. But more you can get to know on our social media, on the website, and so
Yes,
on.
and also you can find our 2-to-1 session description as well. I'm gonna leave all the description below this video. You're gonna find it down.
Yeah, perfect. So have a beautiful day, and you have a lot to look forward in this in the part 2.